my name is Asma Faji, and my speech today will be about Iraq. Um, the purpose I chose this speech is because I am from Iraq. I was born and raised in Iraq, and I love to inform people about Iraq and what it is, because so many people have a bad stigma about Iraq. When they hear Iraq, they imagine war and like guns and violence and all this stuff. I love to change their minds about it. In this speech, I'll be focusing on three main stuff: the diversity of Iraq, and the significance that's made Iraq special as a country, and the last war Iraq had. The reason why I chose this topic is because I feel this is my responsibility to show Iraq in a good position, or like in a good picture, because we had so many wars that a lot of people stopped coming to our country, and even like the Iraqi people start leaving their country because of the war. But that's changing and keep changing to the better. The diversity of Iraq. Iraq is a very diverse country. We have so many religions and ethnicity. One of the religions it's only exists in Iraq is Yazidis, and two actually. It's the Yazidis and Mandais, and they are originally were in Iraq and stayed in Iraq, and they are still existing in Iraq. And you can find them in another country because they migrated because of the war, but they were originally found in Iraq. We have many ethnicities group, like Kurds, Turkmens, and Arabs. Arabs is the largest ethnicity group that's in the area, but Kurds are after, and Turkmens. Arabs are mostly all over the place, like all over Iraq, but Kurds are mostly in the north, like in the cities of Kirkuk, Erbil, and Sulaymaniyah. But Turkmens are mostly too in the north, and some of them migrated to be in the middle of Iraq, which is mean the capital city is Baghdad. The significance Iraq have. Iraq used to like before. Iraq is one of it's like it's like the main region that started the civilization. It used to be the Mesopotamia, and that's mean the land between the two rivers, because Iraq have two big rivers. It's Tigris and Euphrates, and the Mesopotamia had the biggest impact on the early civilization, early civilizations, like and after that Egypt came in after us, after Mesopotamia. But like one of the significance is that Mesopotamia had we are the first people who invaded the wheel. We are the first people who not invaded and I'm sorry. Invented the wheel. We are the same people. We are the first people who discovered math and find like very important very important stuff in math. We have more than one significant, more than one thing that's make Mesopotamia as very special. The Sumerians found out the batteries. Like it's a country big. It's like rich with history and rich with it's invade like what they found. Unfortunately, because Iraq is a very old country, so Iraq had so many wars. One of the wars Iraq had was the biggest war Iraq had was after the hierarchy system got removed because of military corrupt. The Ba'ath Party started like their governmental, and since then we had more than one president, but the last president of the Ba'ath Party was Saddam Hussein, as everybody knows, and he judged Iraq for 35 years, and after him, Iraq after 2003, after he got removed from his position, Iraq had the worst war. It was a civil war between the two parties of Islam. It was between the Sunni and the Shia, and after that, Iraq realized that the Iraqi people realized that it was a trick to just like keep them focused on this small stuff, and keep their minds away from what's going on in the government, because the government is a very, very, very corrupt. Till this point, the government is not it say it's doing its best, but it really not. We still have some missing services and all this stuff. After that, we had the war of ISIS, which is it's the biggest victory for Iraqis. We fight ISIS from 2014 until 2017, and I'm so proud of this victory as Iraqi, and as a human, because we killed ISIS. ISIS is not longer in Iraq, which was a great thing. In conclusion, Iraq is not the only country who had that much of history and stuff. There's many countries are like that, but Iraq is special because it went through a lot of wars, and a lot of people have the bad stigma about it, and I always keep changing people's opinions, because so many of them thinks that Iraq is not, you will not be able to live in Iraq now because it's a whole mess and it's a war, but actually it's not. Thank you so much for listening, and